Syrians are starving in Madaya. Madaya has been under siege by the Syrian regime and Hezbollah for months. No people or supplies can get in or out of the city. But Madaya is far from being the only besieged city in Syria. Zabadani, a city near Madaya, still has about 500 people trapped in it, according to the United Nations. That's despite a ceasefire agreement both sides signed in October. And there's an estimated 177,000 people that are under siege by regime forces in a cluster of cities east of Syria's capital. Damascus suburbs like Yarmouk, seen here in 2014, are also encircled by the regime. Places like this are prone to sporadic gaps in access to much-needed aid. But the regime isn't the only force trying to starve a city's population. Fo'a and Kafaria are surrounded by rebels in the country's north. One of the rebel groups is Jabhat al-Nusra, al-Qaeda's Syrian affiliate. The UN estimates there are about 12,000 people trapped in both cities, though some have been evacuated recently. Further north lie two more besieged government towns, Nubal and al-Zahraa. Rebels have had these two cities surrounded since 2012. ISIS has a siege as well, specifically the government-controlled city of Deir ez-Zor in Syria's east. It's completely surrounded, and the United Nations estimates 200,000 people are trapped there. When it comes to weathering a siege, though, the Syrian regime has two big advantages over rebel groups: access and air power. Unlike the rebels, Syria's government has the ability to airlift supplies and soldiers to its besieged cities. The regime also controls access for humanitarian aid groups. According to the latest United Nations report, the regime prevented 7 convoys carrying humanitarian aid from reaching their destinations. 2 convoys were held up by rebel groups. Whatever the case may be, the victims are the same in each scenario: the civilians who aren't getting enough food to survive. For Newsy, I'm Jake Godin.